Hey YouTube, welcome to the Down to Be channel. Thanks for watching. So I was just changing the oil on my 2013 Mustang GT here, and I decided I was going to make a little video, do a little vlog for you guys, and we're going to talk about what you should expect when owning a 2013 Mustang GT. And the reason I decided to do this video is because I owned it now for just a little over a year and a half, close to a year and a half I should say. And I want to talk to you guys about when someone owns this car long enough, what are the things you learn about it, and what can you expect if you decided that you wanted to purchase one. So let's start the car up here, go for a drive, and I'll talk to you guys about that. Okay, so what's something that you notice right away as soon as you get into one of these cars? Now, all the examples I'm going to talk about here is what I'm experiencing with my particular car, with my particular setup. So the first thing is that I have these factory Recaro seats. These are the cloth seats. They are a factory option that someone ordered brand new. So you sit in these seats, and these are actually some of the most comfortable seats that I've actually ever have sat in. And you know, they're very comfortable. I have no problem sitting in these seats. These are actually, they hug you really tight, and I have no complaints with them. The only thing I can say though is that when you sit in these for a long period of time and say you want to adjust, so if you're taking this car on any long road trip, you're going to get maybe uncomfortable for a little bit and you want to kind of adjust your seating position, maybe move your legs a little bit. Problem is with these seats is that they kind of hug you where you sit. And of course I'm 6 foot tall and I'm pretty hefty, as you can see. So this seat isn't really forgiving on that level. But I can say though that when you're sitting in this car, seats feel really good. But the only drawback is that, like I said, you're probably going to run into issues where you're on a long road trip and you want to kind of adjust your legs and stuff like that, or shift your back a little bit. That's where it's going to come into an issue, because these cars, these seats I should say, really aren't that forgiving. But they do look good, they feel good. Again, some of the best seats I've ever sat in, so I think they're great. Just if you ever plan on taking this thing on a long road trip, say anything over like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hour trip, you're probably going to want to fidget a little bit and move around, and unfortunately these seats aren't that forgiving. My next point is I sold my my regular daily driver, and I started daily driving this back and forth to work every day, and just pretty much everywhere I go. And since I've been dailying this car, you know, I got to really feel like what I don't like about it or what I do like about it. And I really don't have anything I don't like about it. I did have a back issue a while back, so like pushing in a clutch constantly can be a pain in the butt sometimes. But the nice thing with like this car and pretty much any newer Mustang is that these clutches are hydraulically controlled instead of a cable controlled clutch, like the older SN95s and Mustang and all the Fox bodies. So clutch engagement and everything, the pedal effort is kind of like a 4-cylinder Fox Mustang. Very minimal effort and very ease of use. So you can easily daily drive these cars without any problems. And the shifting and everything, all your standard issues you would have with, you know, driving a car daily and stuff like that, especially a manual car. You know, you're gonna find those problems. You're gonna find those quirks that you don't like about it. But with this car, you can drive it daily without having really any issues. The next point is the ease of maintenance. So again, I said that I just changed the oil in this car. This is actually the first oil change I've actually done in this car, and it's very easy to do. Everything's right in front of you. There's only one bolt to loosen for the oil pan, and of course your oil filter. So doing your maintenance yourself on these cars is really easy to do, and you don't have to take it to a shop necessarily. It's really pretty much just like how much easier do you want it to be on yourself? Do you want to go ahead and take it to an oil change shop, or take it to your local mechanic or your trusted mechanic to do it just because you don't want to crawl on the ground and do it yourself? That's fine. You know, that's perfectly a legitimate excuse, especially if you have like health issues or something like that and you don't want to crawl around. I completely understand that. and that's nothing to be ashamed of. But literally, you can do it all yourself. You can check you can do the tire stuff, you can check your coolant, you can, you know, do all those things yourself, and it's real easy to do. And of course, with these cars being newer, you shouldn't run into any broken bolts, you shouldn't run into any rusted fasteners or anything along those lines, so you should be good to go on that. So also, about the interior, you got your standard creature comforts in this car, nothing more, nothing less. You still have cold AC that could probably keep ice cream cold. You still have heat in the colder months that really could burn you out of the car. And you have everything else, power everything, your power windows, your power brakes and stuff along those lines. Your infotainment systems are pretty good these days. Bluetooth capability. Stereos from factories now are really good, where you don't have to upgrade necessarily. And even though mine doesn't have navigation, of course, the nice thing about today's technology is that most of your smartphones of today's age, you can pull up Google Maps, just plug your cell phone into a power outlet, which this car has plenty of power outlets that you can choose from, and pull up Google Maps and you got your navigation right there at your fingertips. So it's not necessary to necessarily have navigation on your center console, but again, it's not a bad thing if you do. Mine doesn't have it, but it's got everything I need. I got cruise control. I mean, I got everything that pretty much a standard car that a lot of people these days will take advantage of that were not available, especially like in my old Fox body. Some of that stuff wasn't even available at that time. So it's, you know, it's nice to have all your standard creature comforts. They all work. They don't all put a drain on the car. If I were to plug in a power outlet, it's not like my car's charging system can't handle it. It's built to handle all that. So it's got all your standard creature comforts that, granted, it's not a luxury car. It's not a Cadillac. It's not a Lexus, but it gives you everything you need. So you shouldn't necessarily have to be looking for a luxury car, something that's got everything, because this car does provide everything I need for driving, so it's really nice. My next point is styling. I think the 1314 Mustang is one of the best looking Mustangs that Ford has ever produced, and I think it's styling that everyone can be, a Mustang owner can be very proud of. It takes styling cues from the Shelby GT500 with the front bumper, and it pretty much looks like an aggressive muscle car when you look at it. It's got different things out of the Coyote cars. I think the 1314 will retain its value because of it. It's got your painted side skirts and your rear valance. It's got the front bumper from the GT500. It's got the heat extractor vents on the hood. It's got enough subtle differences to make it where I think that, you know, 10 or 20 years down the road, when people are searching for Mustangs that may become classics, I think the GTs will be a bargain, because they may not keep their value like a Shelby does, but they'll be the car that people are seeking after. So I think these cars, if you're to pick one of these up, I think when you look at it, it's just something that styling wise you can be very proud of. My next point is the performance out of the box. As soon as you buy one of these cars, you know, they have a good out of the box performance where you don't have to start upgrading right away. The car is very capable. The brakes are great from the factory. The acceleration on the new Coyote engine is excellent. It's not the fastest again, but it provides a smile on your face when you really get on it. It's a lot of fun. So you can expect some just fun performance, some adequate performance out of the box. You don't have to start upgrading these cars right away. You can enjoy them for what they are. And that's what I've done with mine. Again, I haven't touched the engine on this. I haven't put a tuner on it. I'm just running the stock horsepower. And I enjoy this thing, especially when I punch the gas. It just gets right up there. It's a lot of fun. Which brings me to my last point, is that these cars, you have a great support structure for at the aftermarket. There's companies dedicated out there to making these cars just the top of their game. And you put a smile on your face, you can make them faster, make them handle better, make them stop better. All that's out there. So guys, something to be proud of. So guys, what can you expect when buying a 2013 Mustang GT? A lot of fun for really not a lot of money. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We got a lot more stuff coming down the road, so stay tuned.